What's poppin'? And welcome to the motherfucking neighborhood. Welcome to the motherfucking neighborhood. Before we do anything in the neighborhood, the first thing that we ever do is we set the vibe, and this is the vibe. This is the vibe for today, my friends. Not this house on fire, but that too.
Bet a lot of pussy niggas wanna murder Braxton. Boulevard man like a in a Maserati. Booby black gunner and mini still a catch a body. And if you fuck around with razor, bitch, I'm on my body. Sideways, could be on my body. Whole clip pull up in vets, bitch, we on my body. And you ever disrespecting Dennis Kamikaze? I just be with me a shooter like I'm John Gotti. I feel like John Gotti. John Gotti. It ain't shit to sit on here. I feel like John Gotti. Oh, it ain't shit to sit on here.
I feel like John Gotti.
My cousin CJ trying to hit me with a brick of rum. And Alexandria is nothing for the kid it found. With music, I ain't on the walls, but I kept it gangster. Be a god in New Orleans like that nigga Diamond. Landlord in the South like my nigga Lucian. Up in front of David when he's screeching Freely Lucas. Fucking nigga bitch, I gotta say it Freely Lucas. Be joint brand, bitch, I just got off the phone with him. My old friends hating, sending me the wrong signals. My dog recorded conversations, man, what's wrong with him?
Wrong with
Got
him.
them college niggas full. I be with Stone Killer. Bet a lot of pussy niggas wanna murder Bryson. Boulevard man like a in a Maserati. Booby black gunner and mini still a catch a body. And if you fuck around with razor, bitch, I'm on my body. Sideways, could be on my body. Whole clip pull up in vets, bitch, we on my body. And you ever disrespected Dennis Kamikaze? I just be with me a shooter like I'm John Gotti. I feel like John Gotti.
Hey,
John Gotti.
what the kids be doing?
I feel like John Gotti. It ain't shit to sit on here.
I feel like John Gotti.
Praise to Allah, I was born to guard with the murder game, I'm righteous. Cancel show just for razor weight, and I don't know another just like it. I love Bonga, but despite the love, I don't know what made him dislike it. But we had gone in the Porsche truck and we screeching on like lightning. Feds doing the dance, and bitch on my ass, she want me to smash. Flip on the flash, I rather get cash. Drinking, she bad and she in the bag. Up in the Louis, Emilio Gucci, I tell them it's Gucci when they want them bands. I got them racks and no longer with jury, cause I'm about my business and back to the sand.
Hey.
Get time. I'm about my business and back to the sand. Yes. Yeah. I'm about my business and back to the sand. I'm about my business and back to the sand. I'm about my business and back to the sand. Bet a lot of pussy niggas wanna murder Bryson. Boulevard man like a in a Maserati. Booby black gunner and mini still a catch a body. And if you fuck around with razor, bitch, I'm on my body. Sideways, could be on my body. Whole clip pull up in vets, bitch, we on my body. And you ever disrespected Dennis Kamikaze? I just be with me a shooter
Like I'm John Gotti. I feel like John Gotti. Hey. I feel like John Gotti.
It ain't shit to sit on here, I feel like John Gotti. It ain't shit to sit on here, I feel like John Gotti.
All right, yo. Welcome to the motherfucking neighborhood. If it's your first time in the neighborhood, please make sure you bring it back. Bring it back to the bottom of the map. Bring it back to the very first, bitch, y'all. If it's your first time in the neighborhood, make sure you go back all the way to the very beginning and watch the very first video that has been uploaded. It's called Welcome to. It's called Welcome to the motherfucking neighborhood. Just welcome to the neighborhood. It's the very first video I ever uploaded. You need to watch these videos in chronological order. So that's Welcome to the neighborhood, which is the first video, then the second, then the third, then the fourth, then the fifth, then the sixth, all all the way to the point you came in on the journey. Y'all, it's a lot of fucking videos at this point, so you got a lot of watching to do. And what's the point you came in the journey? I'm so glad you asked. It's the video that you clicked to introduce you to me that made you say, who is this girl? The fuck is she talking about? Do I want to like, share, and subscribe? Do I want to thank you next this hoe? You need to understand why we're in a neighborhood. We follow two people here. First and foremost, not really being a person, but God's spirit. As for me in my house, I serve the Lord. But everybody else, anybody else, like, all are welcome in the words of get or none. And like Drake say, I ain't saying I got something for these bad bitches too. Shout out to Brittany Bremo. I'm thinking about her. It's her birthday. I be feeling like a horrible friend sometimes, but we'll talk about that later. And second, we follow Uncle Luke. We don't stop. We pop that pussy. We keep going past the point we came in on the journey. We watching to the very last video that has been uploaded. I like to tell people that this is the story of a girl and God. You get to watch. You get to watch where I'm going, whether it be the White House, the whole house, or the poor house, and it might be all three in one day. If you want to know a little bit about the channel and why I'm doing what I'm doing, make sure you go and see a video called The Thing About Hope, bitch. All right, guys, we got a lot to talk about. A little bit of time to talk about it in. Really quickly, y'all know I got a clean juice fixation. Look at me. Look at me, look at me, and look at me. Look at this body. This is, y'all know I've been in the gym. Y'all know I've been working out. The family fitness competition ends this month. So I'm doing 2-a-days. I go to the gym and then I walk. I don't know if I'm gonna walk once or twice a day, but this is what my body look like right now. I think I look pretty damn good. No surgery, no nothing. The bitch just look like this. I realize when you realize that your body look like what people pay for to go get, bitch, it hit different. So like I tell you, I had got too skinny. I was too big and I got too small. Now I'm just right. I love my thickness. I love my shape. Now I'm just toning it up. I feel like I look really good. I still got a little pooch down here, but listen, I still look good with a pooch, bitch. I still fuck your man. Again, I would never fuck anybody's man. That's not my thing, but it still sounds nice to say. So I'm infatuated with clean juice. I go get clean juices almost every day. I gotta redo my budget so that I could afford them bitches because they're expensive. This is the core and or gym and yoga or core and yoga or something like that. This is my first time trying it. It got interesting stuff in it. Last time I ate almond butter. I threw up for days and days and days and days, but it got almond butter in here, carrot, all kind of fresh ingredients. So I got this after my gym and I put my little collagen in it because I'm getting back on that shit. But all of that. So y'all got so much to catch y'all up on. Today is Workout Wednesday. What's popping? Happy Workout Wednesday. Happy Workout Wednesday. Happy Workout Wednesday. I actually went to the gym today. I worked on my arms. Like, that's the one thing that I've got big arms. I've always had big arms. I've always not liked my big arms, so I'm trying to chisel them up a lot more. So I'm working on my arms. I had an arm day today, but I just want to catch y'all up on what's going on. So first things first. Rest in peace, Uncle Phil. And it's so interesting. I said this before, but it just depends on when I say that, to whom I say that to, what line come next. Because I remember I was talking to Corey one time, and I said first things first. He started doing a Biggie line. So there is that, my friend. All right, so. First update so one of a couple videos we talked about my dreams, we talked about an interview I had. So let me tell y'all, let me give y'all the tea on that shit, because my life is full of twists and turns, and it's a wild card year, and it's most certainly been a wild card year. So at my company, somebody approached me about a job. I ain't approached them, they called me and was like, hey, we got this position, we think you would be great for it. So I did the interview. That's what I was going to do right before last time. I did the interview, and the guy loved me. He offered me the position. So I went on my vacation, came back. So when I came back, they told me, okay, you need to do X, Y, Z to see if this is something you really want. I did X, Y, Z to see if it was something that I really wanted. I should have, in my mind, I said I should have just slowed down, but everything happens for a reason. So I did it. So mind you, like prior to this happening, y'all know I tell y'all, I'm gonna just be frank. My current boss and her team leads are mean girls. That's just the reality of it. They've always been mean girls. But it's corporate America, so they you change it and you make it look like however you make it want to look. So right before I left, I was on the fence about taking a position because I'm the type of loyal bitch. I don't like to not. Like, I'm loyal, and I don't care what you do to me. I still don't ever want to leave you assed out. That's me. That's who I am. So right before I left, I asked one of my, so I was supposed to be doing something on my team, the current team that I'm on now, working this desk, but but the little chick that I was working with, I made a statement. I said, hey, don't say anything to XYZ. One, so me and this girl was supposed to be working together. So if you can keep it with the story, we're supposed to be working together. But I asked her, like, and I told her not to say anything because I already knew my boss was just gonna call me and tell me why she was right, and I really wasn't in a place to hear that. I was like, I don't need to know why you're right. I understand this is your job. I understand this is your team. So whatever. So the young lady, they asked me to work on this extra part of the team, and I was like, okay, I'll work on this extra part of the team if X, Y, and Z happen. So I followed up with the young lady, asked her if X, Y, and Z happen. Happened. She told me X, Y, and Z didn't happen, and so I said that was me. I'm a lawyer by trade, by heart. Even though I have not passed the bar exam just yet. I might one day. I don't know what I want to do. I'm still, but like I still have a Juris Doctor. So or a Juris Doctorate, I forget how they call it. They call it different things or whatever. So I've been trained, like being law school trains you, so I just automatically think a certain way now. So I'm just covering my tracks. So I asked her, she tells me no. I said, well, I had this conversation with you, but don't say anything to the boss, because what I was going to do is I was going to see how things played out. Don't say anything. And I repeatedly asked the young lady, I said, hey, don't say nothing to this person. Don't say nothing. I'm asking you, don't say nothing. So within, and this is before I went on my trip, before I decided whether I was going to take this position that was being offered to me. Nobody knew about the position XYZ. So no sooner than I maybe an hour before we got off the call, the person I told the young lady not to tell sends me this, like, in business, I understand. I realize that I'm more businessly inclined than most people. I don't look like it because of how I speak, but I will very much surprise you or whatever. So it's a certain decorum that you deal with people with when we're in a business arena, right? So this lady, she deals with me, myself, but also other people as if they're like a 15-year-old girl. She does like a child. She doesn't know how to talk to people. She's intelligent. One of the most intelligent people I know. She used to do great things. Most intelligent people I know, but she don't know how to talk to people. She don't know how to deal with people. She has a really bad attitude, but she a nice, nasty person. And these are the type of people I don't like. I don't like nice, nasty people because I don't like that. I don't like that gaslighting, like to make it appear like something is not. So she sent me this very juvenile message, like, we need to talk. And I'm personally, at this point, I'm like, we don't need to talk. Because one, I said this girl should have never told you anything. And she kept insisting that, yeah, she should have told me, whatever. So she juvenilely, I get on the phone with her already knowing what to expect. So I'm already keeping myself calm because she the type of person that she like corporate power. Like on the street, she would never, ever. But because I have that corporate power, I'm gonna talk to you sideways. I'm gonna deal with you sideways. And you just kind of gotta take it because I'm the boss. So I just sat there and she just kind of, we went back and forth like we was kids, and I was like not into that shit. So that kind of drew the line for me. One, I didn't want to work with the little chick no more on the desk, even if I do stay on the team, or if I did stay on the team, because I don't want to work with anybody who can't follow simple instructions. If I tell you, like this, if it's a life or death thing, if I tell you don't do something and you do the thing that I tell you not to do, that's it. I'm not fucking with you no more. I'm gonna fall back. So one, I'm not fucking with that girl no more. So staying on the team and not staying on the team, I don't want to work with her ever again because you betrayed my trust. Like, don't ever, if I ask you not to do something, because what you did was you caused a chain reaction of things that I didn't need at that time. So she don't know why I said don't say nothing. But if I ask you not to say something, you should trust my judgment and not say something. So now you got this lady calling me on some nut ass shit when she always on some nut ass shit. You about to get her cussed out and you cussed out and you don't even know it. But I kept myself calm because I'm not that person. I'm Teflon Don. That's where I'm at in my mind frame. We'll get into it. So all of that happens, right? So I get this position. They offer me the position, so not on the team that I'm on a completely different team. Somebody calls me, walks up to me, offers me something, and then and they tell me, look, you got to tell your boss, the lady that just called me wigging out, you got to tell your boss that you have to take this position. So I call my boss when I get back from Seattle. I'm calm. Y'all know I'm smoking all of the blunts. I'm doing all of the things. So I'm calm. I'm in good spirits. I'm more in good spirits because I don't have to work. I know I don't have to work with this lady no more. But in any business transaction you do, don't ever like in corporate America. I'll never kiss ass. I'm not like fuck burning a bridge. You could burn a bridge, but I think always be professional in corporate America. And we were also in Mercury retrograde, and I understood. Like, I was in Gemini, I was a bunch of stuff. So like I understood it was that bipolar thing. And even when I was in Seattle, I told one of my friends, I was just like, I just want to make sure this deal is real. She was like, it's real, it's real. I'm always skeptical. I don't believe nothing until I see it and I sign it. So I had a conversation with my boss, and I was trying to figure out how to have the conversation with her, but it actually, I like, it could have been one or two ways. I could have been like, fuck you, or I could have just been me, myself, because regardless of anything, like, I enjoy doing my job. I just don't enjoy working for her team. And the people on the team, I never want to leave hanging, no, regardless of anything. But I'm also just a loyal person by trade. I'm a Leo. That's something. If we talking astrology, we talking templates. That's just something that I do. That's who I am. So I spoke with her, let her know that I would be leaving her team in a very classy way, in a very graceful way. And whoop. So I'm waiting for the person that's hiring me to get back with me so that we can set up a meeting and we can move this forward. So last Friday, I get a call from the person hiring me that says, hey, we're no longer offering you this job. It's been taken off, but look, not that we're not offering it to you. This job is off the table, but sit tight. We're working on something for you in the background. We're still gonna move you. We're still gonna get you in a position. We gotta move some things around. We gotta look at some things because the position that we offer you, we can no longer offer you. One, I'm hot because I'm like, what? I feel like as a business person, if you offer somebody, and this is just business 101, if we go business savvy Sunday, business 101, if you bring an offer to the table, if you bring the offer to the person, don't come back to the table without something, a fucking gag prize or a gag gift or something to hold them, because what you've done is you have disturbed this person's whole livelihood and well-being. You had me talk to this lady, you had me do all of these things, but then you come back and you tell me that you're not gonna give me what you came to me for. You came to me. I didn't come to you. I didn't ask you. I didn't seek you out. You sought me out. So for you to seek me out and then take back what you sought me out for is unprofessional. And and it was just no good. It was no good. But it was what it was. So I had to think quick. So so one, now I got to go back and tell this lady that I just told I wasn't working for her anymore. That in a business sense, hey, look, I am like, what we doing is on a brief pause. So I'm going to be on your team a little while longer. One, I'm salty because I don't want to be on this lady's team because she's mean. And her mean and my mean don't match. Her mean is a corporate mean. My mean is a real life mean. And I could push through it as long as I know that I was getting off of her team. But now that I knew I had to stay that longer, I'm frustrated because now I'm upset. And I also feel silly because I'm being honest with you. I'm like, nah, like, I feel like this lady won. Like I still got to work for her. It's just like, I need her, but I don't really need her because I could just really push come to shove. I could go find somewhere else in the company to go, but I'll stay here. Like, I don't have anything. Like, it's not a bad, like, as long as you're not bothering me, as long as you leave me alone, we good. We in good graces. I ain't really tripping. But I just didn't like that. So I'm upset. But what I told the young man who called me and told me, because he's like, I'm not going to beat around the bush with you. I got some bad news for you. I was just like, you delay. It's not denied, just delayed. So God is working for something, working for something better, or working on something that's better for me. And I just got to sit and take that. But with that comes so many different things. It comes like the mental analysis paralysis. He was like, it's not you. He's like, everybody love you. Everybody want to work with you. He was just like, he was like, they set me up. I feel like I'm salty with him because this is the same guy I've had a love-hate relationship with since you've been watching the team, since you've been watching my videos. It's just like, I'm salty with him because as a businessman that's been in the business for as long as you have, you should have known that you should not have come to me empty-handed when you told me this offer had been taken or had been delayed because of whatever, because that's just not good business. If you say you're going to sell somebody a car and you don't give it to them, like you walk up to them, hey, let me sell you this car. I'm gonna say, like, and you can't give it to them. You need to remedy that. It's the burden of proof is on you. You are the one who initiated this, so you're the one who has to fix it. And he didn't even have the wherewithal to remedy it. But whatever. So that happened. So I've been really going through that. I've really been just kind of in my feelings about that. because I don't like the way that I was handled. I don't like the way my business was handled. I feel like all of that was messy from the beginning to the end. But it was Mercury retrograde. What could I expect? So y'all, that happened to me. So right now I'm just like a duck, and I'm like a sitting duck now because one, this lady knows that people are trying to get me off of her team. It's people who coming to me who want me, and she already got a beef with me because I'm me. Like I don't wake up and try to be nothing. I like being low key. So now the lady who already had a low key subconscious or gaslighting ass beef with me, my abuser know that I'm trying to fucking get out, bitch. and he don't understand what he did either, and that's why your business moves are important, because you don't know what you're doing. Like it's like telling a fucking a woman who is in an abusive relationship that you gonna be there to pick her up and fucking like you pick her up and so she can leave her abusive lover. You pick her up, but then you turn around and be like, you gotta tell your husband you coming back home. He didn't got home and seen all your shit gone. Now you gotta figure out how to make that shit right. You don't know what kind of danger you put a person in. You know what I'm saying? So always be mindful of that. So that happened. So I just really been in a spiritual funk. I was thinking on my way here, y'all. I've been having, in all of my videos, I've been having to shit. That's because I've been working out and eating, and I record in the morning, so my stomach do all kind of crazy shit in the morning, and I just put some collagen in my shake, so hopefully I can finish this without shit on myself, or having to go run and take a shit. But here nor there. So it's like, when I was driving up today, when I was coming back from getting my fucking smoothie or my clean juice, I feel like literally I'm in the middle of spiritual surgery. Like God is really taking out all of the things that I don't need to put in the things that I need. And I'm like under anesthetic. Like I feel very stoic right now. My focus is right now, it's on me. Like I'm not I am piece by piece, bit by bit, just talking myself up every moment of every day. My anxiety is super high right now, partially because of what's going on in the skies, partially because of just life. Y'all, I'm gonna have to pause this and then come back on and see how this shit works. I'm gonna have to piece this bitch together. I'm not excited about it, but my stomach doing all kind of crazy shit, and I ain't trying to shit on myself on camera. So there's that. But we'll see. So I'm just very stoic. I'm really in a funk. I'm not in a funk. Like I'm not down, but I'm really coaching myself right now. I'm hyping myself. I'm like literally focused. Like every time my attention diverts from what I'm on, or what my mission or my goal or anything that has to do with me, I have to divert my focus. Whether it's family, nope, me. Whether it's a loved one, whether it's babe, nope, me. Whether it's anybody outside of me, nope, me. Like I'm not helping nobody with nothing right now, just me. I can't do nothing extra for you. I can't stay late. I can't stay over. I can't do nothing. I can't work on no affinity groups. I can't do nothing right now. I'm worried about me, and that's it. My only concern right now is getting till tomorrow, cause my mental is just it's all over the place. And then my grandmother died, and so I'm really I'm sad about it, but I'm not sad about it. Like for the first time, it's like I've been waiting on you, like the oracle. I had a dream about her, and I've been waiting to dream about her. Like when I say waiting to dream, because I haven't dreamed about her since she died, and it was like a conversation. And the one thing, I'm not sad because I loved her and we spent time together, but I didn't get to say goodbye, and that was hard for me. Because that was my girl. I was with her most of the time. We had the same birthday. This is my birthday coming up is my first year without her. Even though she was here. She was here last year, but I didn't talk to her. But she was here. She was physically here. But now I can't talk to her, and it's just you know what I'm saying? So I've been feeling that. And then we had a conversation in my dreams, and I got to talk to her, and it felt so real. So it's just like the oracle. I've been waiting on your ass, Mama, to talk. Where you been, bitch? So I've been dealing with that. But also when you deal with death, I don't know if it's just me, but you start to fear death all around you. You be like, wait, nobody else go, just, you know what I'm saying? So I'm battling that, and I'm also working on my self-esteem and my confidence. And so to a lot of people, I'm confident. I was talking to my little brother, and he was talking about me talking at my grandmother's funeral. He was like, oh, you must have not been nervous. And I realized that people don't see me like I am, but it's like the duck in water. Like on the surface, I'm cool, but under, I'm kicking my feet real fast, and people don't get that about me. Everybody always think that I'm okay. Everybody always think that I'm strong. Everybody always think that I'm just like Leanne, she got it together. And I do have it together for the most part, but I'm human. So I'm out. I'll be right back. Let's try this again. So the bitch definitely had to go run. All right, so all right, so don't remember where I left off, but essentially just been really growing through a lot. Growing through a lot. If I can remember, I'll call this Teflon Don growing through a lot. So in my growth, in me growing through a lot right now, I have been, like I said, cutting just if it does not have to do with the end, I can't nobody else life, nobody else drama, nobody else nothing. I may, if you're a lucky person, I'll pick up the phone for you. But it depends on what you're talking about, whether I'm gonna hang up or stay on the phone. I am in a place of complete change. I'm just changing. I'm growing into like what I want and what I don't want. I'm trying to forgive myself for letting people handle me certain ways and not speaking up and not saying more because I was afraid to like make them feel a certain way. I always, even when I'm doing business, I'm doing a lot of different things on Mystical Illuminations, and I feel like I realize that I have the Mercury or lingering Mercury, bitch. I can't think of the word, but I keep apologizing to people for my structure. Like I'll see somebody not being structured to me and apologize for being too forceful. But no more of that. No more of that. If you ain't got it together and I do, either you get with it or you get lost. If you offended by it, I'm just gonna be too much for you and we probably shouldn't work together. But no more am I watering myself down to make people feel comfortable in my presence. Match me or don't. Like, I don't care. Like, I don't care because I know in my heart of hearts, I'm not coming from a malice place. So you need to get your shit together if you want to work with me, if you want to deal with me. And I don't need to water myself down so that you can work with me. Either keep up or get out. That's where I'm at. But that's hard for me because I have this thing where I don't want to feel cocky. Or I don't want to feel, because I've been made to feel less than. I've been made to feel and I've been made to feel not good enough. So I don't want to make anybody feel like that, but it's not the same, and I'm learning that. So with that, I have really just been being to myself, like to myself. My sister called me and asked me what I did on 4th of July. Nothing. Sat at my house and did nothing. I don't want to do nothing. I don't want to be around nobody. I don't want to nothing. And another small rant that I want to go on really quickly is I even just like deleted my Instagram. I want to reactivate it for like when I need to hyper pub something. But like everybody on Instagram is caught up in the internet. Like I'm seeing, like I'm a spiritualist, so I feel and I see things like people they're obsessed with tarot, they're obsessed with spirituality, they're obsessed with likes, they're obsessed with attention, they're obsessed with so many different things, and I just don't want to be in that energy. Like I really, like, my goal is really, really to help people, and I also felt myself getting caught up in the hype of, well, if people don't watch me, am I doing any good? But if one person watched, if nobody watched, I'm doing God's will. So it's easy to get caught up in the hype and to let a like button or something make you feel, or a view or something make you feel like, now it is a business and I do want to reach people, but it's a fine line between that. So I really want to, I want to stay in the gray area. I don't want to go far over or under. Like my goal here is to do God's work, and everybody is just like, I don't know. And it's a competition. It's an attention whore competition. Everybody just doing something so they can get that like, so they can hit that big. It's just like, it's like gambling. It's like, if I do this one thing, what's gonna make me pop? What's gonna make me pop? What's gonna make me pop? And I felt myself getting caught up in that. Even though I'm conscious, I felt myself getting caught up in that, and I'm really not that fucking person. And I remember why I got off this shit in the first place. And it's a distraction. It's a distraction because it's something else for you to do. As much as you want, if you on Instagram, you're not doing something. You could be doing anything else. But if you're on Instagram, you're not doing what you like. And so how do you find that balance between business and fun? Like, if I'm on there for business, I'm on there for business. But like it can become so much. And my Instagram, a lot of people don't understand it. It's my vision board, and I allow people to watch it. And so like, I post as much as I post because when I look at my Instagram, I don't see the same thing you see, because I know the story behind my pictures. I know that when I post something, I'm memorializing a day or a memory or something to look back on. To other people, it's just, it's a like, she's showing off her body, and it gives people the opportunity to judge you, to like, and I just don't want that energy. Like, I'm over it, and I'm at a place right now where I don't have no chill. Like I'm very, you know how, okay, so after surgery, you know how you real tender to the touch. Like if you ever had surgery, like if you touch me, it automatically hurt. Like that's how I am spiritually right now. Right now, like I told you, I'm still under the needle. They might be just sewing my spirituality back together, but I'm real. Especially if you cut open, if you open, you susceptible to anything. So right now, I'm open. I'm so open to the universe. I can't be around anything. That's why the surgery room is sterilized. Spiritual surgery. That's why the surgery room is sterilized and not everybody can come in and people have to wear gloves. And people right now, it's a lot of open spiritual bodies right now who are letting anything, like they're not in a sterile room. They just letting any and everything in and that shit get inside. I know that I'm spiritually open, and because I'm spiritually open, the only surgeon I need is God and my angels. Anybody else, I can't let your energy in me right now or near me right now because I'm in spiritual surgery. I cannot do it. I will not do it. I'm not doing it. I don't care what you going through. I can't do it. There's nothing I can do anyway. You calling the wrong person. Call on God. I can't do it for you right now. I need to get me together. And so that's where I'm at. So because of that, I'm just by myself. I'm really just taking it all in. I'm trying not to go even with just watching spiritual videos. It's just like I just me and God right now, and staying focused and in myself. So I'm working, going to work, working out, and working on the things that my spirit tell me to work on. It's even so bad to like I have to talk myself into laying in the bed until like 8 o'clock in the morning, because y'all know me, I like to get up early, I like to get things done, but I need rest. Like my spirit is just like, no, baby girl, you can't move like that right now. You'll be able to get there. It's gonna be a time where you can't sleep into 8, so just rest right now. So I'm just allowing myself to rest. So with that in my rest, so a little known fact about me is I have an obsession with gangsters. I studied gangsters. I studied the mob. I studied mafia. I love gangsters. I love the gangster mentality. I love the honor that comes with the gangster. I love it. Like the gangster is the street king to me. Is the king to me. It's the emperor to me. Or the empress to me. And I love, oh my God, the gangsters' wives. They just a different type of woman. So with that being said, I watched on Amazon Prime. So I'm laying, because I don't want to talk to nobody. I don't want to be around nobody. I'm going to go to my meetings. I'm not going to say nothing, which is going to be a change of pace for me, because I'm always the one putting out. I'm always the one with the ideas. But right now, you can't have my ideas. You can't have nothing. Nobody can have anything from me. No, mine. I'm about to be selfish. I'm only doing what I want to do right now. If I want to do it, I'm not going to do it. Whether it's talk to you or not talk to you, give you something, not give you. I don't. In my spirit, if I don't want to do it, I'm not. And I've not ever been like that, but I'm about to live up to this Leo archetype and be selfish. And I don't give a fuck how anybody feels about it. Fuck him. Like my ex, he had a really bad accident. I hope he's okay. And part of me want to call him and help him, but I'm not, because that's not my job. I don't have nothing to give. Somebody taught me a long time ago to only give from reserve. I don't have no reserve. I don't have it, and I'm sensitive to the touch. So if you don't want that work, just leave me alone. So, John Gotti. So, a little known fact about me: if you watch these videos, you probably caught this. But a guy named John Norkin from Philly, he always called me a little gangster when I was sitting at the desk, and I feel like I'm mad because I feel like 50 Cent called me out. I think it was 50. He was just like, if you ain't catch nobody, you ain't no gangster. And I don't ever intend to catch a body in my life. So can I be an honorary gangster? I don't ever want to catch a body. I feel like a good gangster don't ever have to catch a body. Hello? But that's neither here or there. But okay, so going back to John Gotti. So first John Norkin. So John Norkin, dude from Philly, old white lawyer from Philly. He was like, all right, so we got to find a gangster name for you. And he said, PG. And I put that, a lot of people don't know what that means, but it's pretty gangster. So he used to always call me PG. He'd be like, what's up, PG? That's his gangster name for me. So, but I have a fixation with gangsters. I just love learning. Because I love to learn about kings and queens. So that's the thing about me too. I love history. So I watched the John Gotti documentary, or the John Gotti movie they got a documentary that I'm gonna watch actually on YouTube probably while I work. So Amazon Prime has a John Gotti movie. So I knew about John Gotti because I love Kevin Gates, y'all know, and Kevin Gates got a song called John Gotti. So I watched the John Gotti movie, and I'm like, John Gotti, why have I never heard of you? Why haven't I looked you up sooner? So in the John Gotti story, all of these gangsters that you hear about, the Gambino family, Castellano, like all of these people, all of these gangster stories that you hear, that you hear about in rap songs and things like that, it kind of breaks down a story. So it's the story of John Gotti, his family, and his life. And I love John Gotti. I loved his principles. I loved how, because in the movie they actually show because John Gotti was alive when I was alive, and I hate that I would have loved to fucking meet John Gotti. John Gotti seemed like he would have been so much fun. He seemed like a fucking hoot and a fucking half. The boy got sentenced to what, I think 9 consecutive life sentences, and then he had a $50 fine, and he was just like, he said, I'm okay with the 9 life sentences, but the $50 fine, that seems excessive. He was a hoot and a half. So I definitely wish I would have met John Gotti, but I just like studying him. I like his principles. So in the gangster community, you got the consigliere. So that's what I used to call my ex, the consigliere. But he had to get kicked out of La Familia. You know what I'm saying? Because he stepped out of line. and in the John Gotti story, his best friend Angelo, it's just the loyalty and all of the things. His best friend did what he was supposed to do. However, he had to show him. That means he couldn't live the life. And a lot of people in the mob family and that mob lifestyle, they wanted to be a part of the life, and he couldn't live the life no more. So he had to show him. I had to show for my ex, and chauffing somebody is better than killing them. You don't want to like most people, like he said, he was talking to his best friend Angelo, because Angelo had made so many mistakes. He was like, you better be lucky. Y'all, my hair growing back. I gotta shave it off again, but I'm thinking about getting it waxed, so we'll see. But in the life, Gotti was telling Angelo, look, I had to talk all of these mob bosses from all of these boroughs. I learned that 5 boroughs. I learned so much. And all of these boroughs from killing you. He said, we got to shelf you. And when they shelfed him, he could never talk to him again. He died, and he didn't get to speak to him again. His son was named after John Gotti's son, John A. Gotti. He couldn't even talk to his the son. And so Angelo's son and John Gotti's son were best friends. So it was this whole big thing. But I like the principles that they instilled. So one of the principles was that made men. So a made man, if you don't know what that is, a made man is a person who, essentially a made man is somebody who kills somebody for somebody. Like, you made, and you've been to prison. John Gotti say never trust somebody who ain't never been to prison before. And he said that's the dude who snitched on him. And that makes sense, because if you never been to prison, you gonna sell out. You don't want to go to prison, so never trust somebody who ain't never been to prison before. So the person that he trusted that hadn't been to prison, he went against his own rules. He was like, that's who got him put in jail. That's why the reason why he died in jail. So another rule: don't ever trust anybody who hasn't been to prison. So, but like again, I feel like I've been in a prison on my own, if that makes sense. So prison could differ for different people. I'll say that. But John Gotti, his mannerism. So he was teaching his son. So they had to blood oath him into the life. When they blood oathed him into the life, they gave him some rules. A couple of rules were never raise your hand to a made man. Never go see a made man's wife without somebody with you. And whenever you see the police, fuck them. And like John Gotti did not fuck with the police. John Gotti didn't fuck with the police. And I could appreciate that. And I said in one of my recent videos, I said the only time you fuck with the police if you're getting beat on. I like John Gotti because I think if John Gotti knew that a woman was getting beat on, he would have probably killed that person, and you would have never had to call the police. I think that way of society is way better than the whole Gambino family. I think that it's necessary. He was, and that's what we talk about gangs, and gangs come from the gang culture is not one of actual violence. The gang culture is actually there to help regulate what's in the community, so that there is no need for police. So that's a whole other conversation for a whole other thing. But all that to say, I liked his movements. I liked his principle. I like how he stayed true to his laurels. I like how he held it together for the family. I'm on the fence about killing Paul Castellano. Because that's sticky. That's sticky. That's a sticky situation. I can't speak on that. Won't ever speak on that because I wasn't in it. But I understand it from both points of view. It was interesting, but I like the way he moves. I like the things that he instilled in his kids. But he was, and so when he got arrested, when they put him in jail, finally they caught his ass for real, for real. I didn't notice, but like they rioted like fucking when George Floyd got killed. People cut up, and I mean regular civilians. He said everybody was like, "We're not scared of John Gotti." John Gotti did the community a service. He made sure he kept the bad guys off the street, and he really kept the bad guys off the street. Like the kids that was the folks that was kidnapping folks. He was knocking these niggas off. Like I'm okay with that. I like that. So but I liked his principle, and he was always dressed nice. He was always dressed, and he's known for he's the guy who he's the gangster that's known for being dressed in a double-breasted suit. He was always classy. He was always sharp. He was always together, and I love that. I love his demeanor. He was never a mean guy. He was just a serious guy. They call him the Teflon Don. They call him the real Godfather. So like I really like that. So and so also on my journey I watched so the Capone movie. There's a Capone movie on, what time is it? There's a Capone movie on Amazon Prime too. So I watched that, and that wasn't what I thought. I thought it would be like the John Gotti movie, but it wasn't. It was the last year of Capone's life. So Capone suffered from dementia. That's from my grandmother. That's probably why I ended up thinking about my grandmother. But I really think that, like, I'm just these are all lessons that I'm supposed to be learning right now. These are all things, like, if I'm spiritually open, what I let in is what needs to be let in. So I'm learning a lot of lessons about different cultures right now. And Capone had dementia. So it's so crazy because I remember being in San Fran going to fucking Alcatraz. Is that the one who, I think he was the one who escaped from Alcatraz? Maybe not him. I could be on the wrong one. That could definitely be the wrong guy. I could be mixing up two of my gangster stories. But Capone was one of the most infamous men in the world. He didn't trust people, so he buried a $10 million, and he lost his mind, so he couldn't remember where he found it. And that movie was so crazy because he had dementia, so you didn't know what was real and what wasn't real. It was actually phenomenally put together. Whoever put it together, I feel like a person who really writes movies, I feel like they would love the storyline of it. But like he couldn't remember where he put it, and like all of the things that, because I don't know if you know, like my grandmother, when she had dementia, she went back to a place in time where people were young. So he had dementia, but he would go back to these times where, like, he saw that he was a killer. He did all these things. He didn't tell anybody anything. They was, to his death, they was trying to get his motherfucking money. They was trying to figure out ways. The family, fucking police, fucking feds, everybody was showing up his house. They came and took all of his shit. Like, they was fucking taunting this man to the day he died. But they say he kept everything in his head. They say he didn't write nothing down because they didn't trust nobody, not even his family. They say he lied to everybody all his whole life because he wanted to keep all of his secrets to himself. Trust no man. That's what Capone taught me. But just in studying all of these gangsters and their mannerisms, like, I'm becoming more stoic. I'm becoming more like Capone. Not Capone. Gotti said, he made a statement, and I forget what he said. I should have wrote it down. He was just like, all this intelligence, but no smarts, or something like this, or all these smart people, but no intelligence, or some shit like that. Like, he wasn't a loud man. He wasn't he was just him. He was just his demeanor. People knew who Gotti was when he walked in a room. He ain't have to demand respect. He ain't have to nothing. He was just him. And people respect him. He had a good heart. He watched out for people. He asked people, how you doing? How your dad doing? How he cared about the community. He was a great person. And that's all I want to be. All I want to be is a good person that and it showed. That's it. I liked he had morals, he had principles that he lived up to, and he held people to, and he held on to them bitches to the day he died. And I love that. That's how I want to go. That's how I want to go out in this life. God say the same a long time from now. But so right now I feel like John Gotti. I feel like John Gotti. I'm growing into my inner John Gotti. Like I'm on a spiritual operating table to to be transformed into something more. But it's a very uncomfortable process. I'll say that. But me sitting here with myself and just watching those movies and just opening up to myself and really being true with myself and feeling those feelings and crying those tears and crying because I didn't get to tell my grandmother goodbye. I didn't get to have one more conversation with her because I just didn't get to, like, I'm not sad because she gone, because I know that's how life go, but I'm just sad I didn't get to say goodbye. I love you, girl, like, but I think she knows. It was one episode, it was one scene in Gotti where his young son got killed. And he had to keep it together for the family. But it was one scene late at night. He was just up in his little basement, just hysterically crying. His oldest son, saw him, didn't say anything, closed the door, and just walked back to the room. Like, that the type of pressure that man must have been to always keep it together, and to, even when shit was falling apart, to instill the things that he instilled in his son. It was just it was a powerful movie to me. John Travolta did an awesome job of it. Like I said, I wish I would have met John Gotti. I'm one of them girls who loved to meet the gangsters. So there's that. So that's what I've been doing. That's where I'm at. So I'm really spiritually just getting a spiritual attunement right now. God had to open me up and really go deep within me to clean out things, and because of that, I can't really be around nobody. I gotta stay in this sterile place as I go through this transformation. And let me tell you, it's not fun. It's not, like, I don't feel good about it. I be shaky sometimes. I be doubtful sometimes. I be down in the dumps sometimes, and I don't like putting that energy on nobody else. But I'm praying, and I know even with that job, like, I don't think people know how big of a, like, because I felt like I was like, yes, finally somebody, they see my worth, and then they take it back, and I feel worthless. And again, that's another thing. Why does somebody taking back something from me change my worth? Even though they told me it's not, it had nothing to do with me. It's a human response. So I'm working myself out of that. And I feel like that's something that I had to go through, because for what I'm going to, like, it's going to be a lot of failed deals. It's going to be a lot of, and I can't put that on myself. So I need to work those things out before I get there. So God, like I said, he cleaning up. He like, if we talk about the moon cycles, I'm looking at things and checking them to make sure that I'm really prepared to go into what I'm walking into. And I'm just going to be stoic, and I'm going to be open to whatever it is God has for me. I'm not going to let anybody take my joy and my pride. That's my grandma used to always sing this song. I just keep seeing it in my head with her offbeat clapping ass. This joy that I have, the world didn't give it to me. I can see her at New Sunlight singing that shit. This joy that I have, the world didn't give it to me. This joy that I have, the world didn't give it to me. And if the world didn't give it, then the world can't take it away. And let me tell you, it's people that are trying to take your joy. But my joy is so deeply rooted in me. I don't know if y'all remember in my gems video, I told y'all I was trying to get that root up out the ground. I hurt myself trying to take the root out. So anybody who who try to uproot my joy gonna hurt themselves. And you've been warned. So this joy that I have, the world didn't give it to me. The world can't take it away. I'm in some type of transition right now. I don't know what type of transition I'm in. I'm interested to see what'll happen, what I'll come out as on the other side. I have something really huge happening in my chart coming up, and I can feel it. I'm not on Instagram. I'm really secluded into with myself. I'm excited about what God has for me. Like I said, like, don't get it twisted. I'm still always working. I got some things in the works. I don't know if I told you guys, I got my first couple consultations on mystical illumination. So I'm redoing some things just to make that better. And I got it written out, but I haven't sent it over yet because God, it's not time yet. When it's time, I'm going to know it's time. But I'm just in a transformation stage right now. My birthday coming up. I need to make a tattoo appointment. Y'all know I'm about to go get some more ink. And I really plan on enjoying myself. My life, I'm blessed. I'm blessed. God is good to me. God is good to my family. I was telling my little brother that, like, he was like, I feel like we too nice sometimes. I say, and I don't do nothing to get nicer because we have a really blessed life. And the only reason why we have a blessed life is because we're good to people. So always be good. And I'll take us out on this thought. It's the thought or the idea that not too nice. Oh, shout out to New Age job, but staying warm in a cold world, like to maintain my innocence, to maintain my naivety through all of this, it's hard because it's just like the dark tries to encompass you. The dark tries to engulf. But no matter how much you try to cover the light, it's still the light is always gonna shine through. And you can't. And my grandmother, oh my God, she used to always sing this fucking song, and they used to blow me. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. And people will try to put your light, your light, your water, your light out. They will. They'll try to smother your light. They'll try to blow in gusts of wind to put your light out. They'll try to. But listen, no matter how hard you try, you can't put out the sun. I don't care how many pairs of shades you got on. The sun is gonna be the sun. You can't put my light out. It's hard though. It seemed like it though. It feel like it though. And it's just like people trying to cover up the sun. But I had to realize I was the sun. So maintaining my light in this world is really hard. And a lot of people don't win that battle. A lot of people can't win that battle. Some people allow their light to get put out and they lose a lot. You can't put my light out. Now listen, did my light flicker, bitch? Like a light without a light bulb that's about to go out, bitch. Yeah, flicker is like wait. But it's a little light of mine. I'm gonna let it shine. I got my tattoo because I already knew. Y'all already know. I already knew what time it was when my grandmother. My spirit had told me, listen, she about to go. So because she about to go, I need you to get something to remind you of everything of what she taught you, of everything that she taught you. So, so I got my poly tattoo, and that's just like I can't forget it if I want to. Even when I start to forget, I remember. So this little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine, but in a Teflon Don type way, in a John Gotti type way. I won't ever probably be a made man. I'm okay with that. Not in the way, not in the physical way, not in the way that this man that live across the street from me, he looked like he looked like a made man. not in that way, but maybe in another way. I love fucking John Gotti's wife, because the movie started off with John Gotti's wife taking his kids to go see John Gotti in jail, and the youngest son wanted to be a police officer, and John Gotti lost it. And I don't understand how, unpopular opinion, Rick Ross called himself a Teflon Don. John Gotti wouldn't let his son dress up as a motherfucking police officer for Halloween. Like, he got mad and told his wife he was gonna kill her ass, and she was like, her response was, I like to see you try. She told this to the meanest, baddest motherfucker on the street. She's like, I like to see you fucking try. Didn't flinch, and they kissed each other and walked off. I love that. But he wouldn't let his son dress up as a police officer, and fucking Rick Ross was a fucking security guard. Teflon Don, fucking John Gotti a spit on fucking Rick Ross' grave. You're like, bitch, get the fuck out of here. I'd have shot you, just cause. So there's that. But that's where I'm at. That's where the hope dealer been. So I just been, y'all know where I've been, what I've been doing. I've been fucking same shit I do every day, try to take over the world. Shout out to Josh. She told me I was brilliant. I was talking about Bay. She was just like, I hope he is as smart as you. I hope he's smarter than you. I do think he's smarter than me. I think he's as smart as me. I think our intelligence matches. But we bring like our intelligence together. Oh, yeah. I worry for the world. I was talking to my sister, and she was just like, we like to have, and my sister is an intellectual. She's a Sagittarius. She likes philosophical things. That's the thing she likes to do. She loves to talk. She's super intelligent. I love her to death. So y'all, one of the smartest women in the world that I know. I love just sitting and chopping it up with her. But I'm not like her in the sense that we could talk about, I feel like my sister, like, so I was feeling kind of salty because I called her on 4th of July and she wouldn't put me on speakerphone. Well, she wouldn't let my little niece put me on speakerphone. She was like, we can't put you on speakerphone. I was like, I don't treat me like that. Because I be saying any fucking thing. But I don't, she deals with people that she likes intelligent friends. And a lot of her friends, I feel like she loves all of her friends. She think of all of her friends. But I feel like their only thing, my sister knows better. But her friends, she likes all kinds of people. Me, on the other hand, she's a city girl. I'm a country girl. But you know what I'm saying? But don't try neither one of us. But so she loves philosophical things. And like I used to, maybe when I was younger, when I wanted to like prove my intelligence. Not that she does that, because that's not it at all. But I would indulge in those conversations. But like right now at this point, I just feel like this shit pointless. Unless it's really about, like, unless we really gonna change the shit. Like we were talking about it to take action on it. I don't want to talk about it. What's the point? I don't care what you think. I don't care unless I'm getting your opinion to actually do something about it. But they just sit around and have philosophical conversations. And I realize I'm not that girl. And because I'm not that girl, and because I'd rather probably smoke a blunt or do some ratchet shit or listen to some ratchet ass music, a lot of people take me as an idiot. They're like, well, this girl don't know nothing, and we're gonna treat her like she knows nothing. And that's my sister. She be so, she try to get on me because she knows people treat me like this. She didn't see it happen. She be like, why you care though? So I used to try to push it, but now, not in a motor. I really don't give a fuck. But especially as I grow into my Teflon Don phase of life, I really don't care to be around people that's all they talk about is, I want to talk about my most intelligent things. Like, we out at a party, or it's something that we doing, and that's what she was doing. She was out with her friends, she was having fun, but just as a conversation piece, just to talk about it, like, I'm not into it. And that's what I love about Bae. Like, he surprised me all the time. Like, he'll say something, and I'll be like, and I have to catch myself, because not that I look down on him, I just don't expect certain things from him. Like when I walked in his house one day, he was watching the fucking Walking Dead. Like him, I would never expect him to fucking watch the Walking Dead, but he does. And so I can't wait to get to know him more, just like on a personal level. Like we know each other, but we don't know each other intimately. But I appreciate the fact that we could just, like, we can have philosophical conversations if we want to, but if not. But I don't know. I'm just kind of at a different place in my life. Like, I used to want to be around people who just wanted to, like, up one's intelligence. But I think I got a bad taste in my mouth from it. Because, like, it was merely for the purpose of upping each other's intelligence. So I don't want to be around that either. I'm just in a different place. And I'd rather be by myself. And I have to catch myself. I like, am I a bad person because I'm by myself? But I have to really let myself know, remind myself that I'm by myself for a choice. Like, I could be around people, but I just don't want to, because I'd rather just have fun. And what other people consider fun is different from what I consider fun. I'm okay with that. I'm just different in that way. I'd rather just smile and have a good time and drink and fucking eat. And do business when I have to, talk about important shit when I have to. But if I don't have to, I don't want to talk about this shit. Why so fucking serious? Why so fucking serious? But like I said, other people's opinions are important, but I just don't give a fuck about them. Unless I have to. Like, I want to help the world. I may be a politician one day, but instead of talking about it, I'm out in the streets with these people. So it's not illusory to me. It's real life to me. So I don't want to talk, like, so when certain shit just real life, you don't want to talk about. You don't want to talk about it. When you really seen it, it's one thing to pontificate or analyze or analyze something, but when you in it, you just like, I don't want to talk about it. You can talk about it because it's a feeling, it's a theory to you. It's not a theory to me. It's real life to me. I've seen it. If it's not real life to me, I've been immersed in it to where I see it. I don't want to talk about it. It's not as fun as it sounds. It's not as funny as it sounds. All right. What I'm taking us out on. He got a song called La Familia. That's what I'm going out on. That's what we're going out on. Gaines got a song called La Familia. So thank y'all for watching. I'm going to figure out how to piece this shit together. Y'all already know I'm about to get ready to work. I'm excited to go to work. I'm going to just sit there and be quiet. And that's going to be different for me. But I'm at a place where I'm just cooling. I don't got nothing to say. I don't got nothing to talk about, really. Like, You can ask me a question, I'm gonna answer it. But other than that, I don't really have nothing to say. I'm not gonna be, and people are probably gonna think something's wrong with me because I'm not all giddy. I'm on the inside. I still got that joy. Trust me, I still live. I'm still blessed. I'm still blessed, but my joy ain't gonna look different. Not that I intended to. It's just what I'm turning into. It's gonna be Teflon Don style. All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for stopping by the neighborhood. I know you see it. I'm gonna jump back on. I ain't even sucking in or nothing. This is my body, yardy. I saw myself in the mirror at the gym. I was like, "Ooh, bitch, you really do look good," and I'm proud of myself. I look good, because I was so fat and I was so skinny, and I didn't know what I was. I just wanted to look good, so that I'm getting my hair straightened for my birthday. I'm trying to figure out what I'm gonna do for my birthday, but whatever. I'll keep you guys posted. I don't know if I'm not gonna be on the Mystical Illuminations page, so if you want to find me, you probably find me here for it now. I'll pop back on there when I finish with my spiritual surgery. It's like that, and that's the way it is.
Man, I swear to God, I got some niggas out there in street who are so loyal, it just don't make no fucking sense.
They're my shit too. That my nigga, I call him. Hey, that my bitch, I call her Betty Crocker. And I'm going to the shooting range because I do want to learn how to shoot some guns though. That's the real thing. And I put that on my mama. Hey, that my nigga, I call him. That my bitch, I call her. Black as Fuck on Netflix. Make sure y'all watch that. It's a phenomenal show. Hey, life a million, and I put that on my mama.
Real nigga in the game. I know how to maintain. Rapping hustle, sell coke. Bitch say the same thing.
Bitch say the same thing.
Money like Sean. Big money like Don. Shout out my nigga Don Juan. Gotta grip the bag.
What one? On my bed.
Look like around 2 falls. Jamaican cartel pull up, fat boy say.
What one? Yeah.
I just hit him like one. Still be going dumb. Mouth full of platinum bitches asking where I'm from. Diamond just like Master P, my mouth be saying. 16 to 52s. That's 4 bricks on the scale. In between me and you, I just got out of jail. Took my lick, I ain't tell.
Took my lick, I ain't tell.
You wish you could be hidden. That my nigga, I call him.
That my bitch, I call her Betty Crocker. I call him Honey. La Familia, and I put that on my mama. Hey. That my bitch, I call her Betty Crocker. La Familia, and I put that on my mama. Hey.
Streets say the same thing. And if I get caught again, I'm going to the chain gang. Not afraid to take losses. Gold mouth dog, we bosses. Try to clip who it's gonna cost you. You gonna have to come take it off. We're ripped down in the foreign with a bad bitch named Laura. Say she used to live in California. She don't speak English and she foreign. Say her ex-boyfriend boring. Want a drug dealer who important. It's like a dope dick, I'm retarded. Finger licking chicken in the trap house. No, they love me.
Chicken shit.
Gotta hustle with the strap out. I don't kill the niggas rap out. I ain't rapping what they rap out. I'm the niggas rap out. Murders getting reenact out. Kicking rocks in the crack drop. Up the gate, I ain't back down.
That my nigga, I call him.
That my bitch.
I call her Betty Crocker.
That my brother. I call him
And I put that on my mama. Hey. That my nigga, I call him. Hey. That my bitch, I call her Betty Crocker. Honey, hey. La Familia, and I put that on my mama.